Are you a good storyteller? Are you living your life through someone else's story? Today we're going to talk about the impact that the stories you create in your head are impacting you from living the life of your dreams. Put TikTok, Twitter down, all that other foolishness, Instagram, and stop living the life of somebody else. Start living your own. Come get it here on Motivated Matters today. We're going to have a good time storytelling. Hey everybody, how you doing? Jamion back here again before we wrap up the month of April on Motivated Matters. Hope everybody's always in a good place, in a safe space. How you doing? I know it's a little bit nippy here in Chicago, still rocking some executive style fashion for you, some premium style accessories. Still got the wool coat on, still got the hat on. I mean, it was 80 degrees last Saturday, came back on Monday, it's 40. I'm trying to understand what's going on. What story are we creating as we transition into spring? Or maybe we're stuck in winter, spring, winter. I don't know what's going on. But I can't wait for spring to kickstart. Hell, before we know it, it's going to be summer. So let's get into it today. I want to talk about storytelling and wondering about how many stories people are watching. We're constantly in Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, watching somebody else's story. Are you doing that? Some of them are good. Some of them we believe. Some of them we believe these are the lives or the stories that we want to create for ourselves. I think about one of my dear friends, Butch, growing up with him and going to college. He was such a great storyteller. He would always tell these great stories. You'd be captivated by his storytelling because you felt as though you were right there with him as he was telling his story. I'll never forget Butch's storytelling. To this day, he tells the most amazing stories. You're probably missing your gift, Butch. You need to go check that out because you are an amazing storyteller, 100. But I want to talk about storytelling and how it's impacted my life in a different way. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been really dissecting an experience I had a few weeks ago. I went to Landmark Forum. If you ever get a chance to check it out, please do so. But we started talking about storytelling. I met over like 50 people or so in this room. We spent a good weekend together. Everybody got a chance to tell their story and really got a chance to let us in on some of the things that they are dealing with, was actually sculpted their life and where they are today, and some of the shortcomings that they've had and some of the triumphs that they've had as well. It was an awesome time. But as we were able to level set and understand everybody else's story, we learned a new common and shared language called "that's just a story." And I'm going to share with you what that means. When somebody says to you, "that's just a story," we're really talking about the stories that we create in our minds that impact and dictate the actions on how we respond to something responsibly or irresponsibly. I want you to think about your relationships, your friendships, your family, your friends, your work life, all those different things. Think about the different stories that you're telling yourself in your head before you respond to something. Oh, well, I know they don't like me because of what I wear or how I talk, or they don't like me because I'm black or my skin tone, or they're not going to like me because I don't really read too well, or I don't really write too well, so I could never do well in that space, or they're not going to like me because I really don't have a lot of money and I can't afford to go to the places that they want me to show up in, so I'm just going to stay at home, or I'm never really enough for my lover or my girlfriend or my boyfriend because, I've had some things that have happened in my past that they're probably going to respond to the same way. You see how all these stories that we create in our mind impact how we respond to something. That's just a story, y'all. I think about the stories over the course of my lifetime that have impacted certain decisions, how I've responded to certain things. I'll never forget some stories that hit me hard. I'll never forget my mom. I probably was like 16 or so. and we were having a little bit of a rift. You know, I was working over the summers, and some of the money that I would get when I was working over the summertime, I would give to her because she needed some money to take care of some bills and do some things, whatever the case may be. And I always wanted to look out for my mom, and she did such a great job, you know, co-parenting with my grandparents and things of that nature. But then it reached a point where we started to have a rift because I started to see this cycle. And I was just like, I approached my mom and I said, "Ma, this has to stop, you know?" And she was like, she had told me this something, I'll never forget it. It was so piercing, but she said, "You're gonna be just like me. You're gonna be just like me and not be able to manage money, and you're gonna need, you know, to have to figure out ways. And this is something that I carried over from my mom, and it's generational, and it's in your bloodline. So just deal with it, get ready for it." And I was like, "No, I'm not. I'll never forget that moment. I love her to death because she shared that with me, because it really impacted me in the opposite way." I said, "I'm not gonna do that. I wanna make sure that I'm financially wealthy, that I'm helping my community build financial wealth, that I'm educating people of brown and color and things of that nature that don't get the education that we should have gotten in college on how to manage wealth. And I want to be a steward with my money, and I know I'm a 50 millionaire and it's just coming." But you see how I could have let that story impacted my life in a negative way to feel as though that I can't be a 50 millionaire, that I can't reach financial freedom, that I can't live a life that I create, that I can't help people live the life that they want to create. What's that story that's impacting you? What's that story up here that's impacting you from accomplishing and achieving the life that other people would die for and dream of? I want my story to be something that somebody else follows. You understand? What are the stories that are impacting your relationships, your family, your friends, and more importantly, that are causing you from not chasing after your dreams so that you can create the life that you deserve? So if it's one thing I want you to think about before you respond to something, because your responsibility is how you respond. And I want you to dissect it and understand, is that just a story that I'm creating? Is that just a story that I'm creating in my mind that's causing me to respond this way? And think about, is it causing you to respond in the way that's going to make you happy, that's going to make you go after the life that you deserve, y'all? This is what life coaching is about. This is what we're doing today. I can't wait. Life coaching opportunities are available for you so we could talk about some of those stories so you can get them out of your head and you can get to creating the story of your life. I look forward to seeing you again. I can't wait till the next time we spend sharing some more stories. And I'm going to continue to talk about your stories because your stories are my stories. I can't wait to see you again. Hope everybody has a great week ahead, a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Share with your family, your friends, your tribe. Let's keep moving, y'all. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Take care here on Motivated Matters.